Alright guys, this is your boy Tacho here, and we've got some breaking news for JP Dokkan Battle. I know I only play the global version of the game, so this doesn't really affect me just yet. But eventually, global will catch up to JP, and we will have these new cards, so I want you guys to know what they do, and pretty much my opinions on them, and what I think. So, let's just say that Super Saiyan 4 has finally hit the game, and Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta are looking like some really ridiculous cards. To me, they look like game changers here, and we're just going to talk about what they do and pretty much how I think you should play them and all the different things you can do with them. So let's start off with Goku. So Goku is a strength type, and his leader skill is for super strength types. They get ki up 3, HP, attack, and defense up 120%, and for extreme strength types, they get +1 ki and HP, attack, and defense 50% up. So you might be thinking, oh, so I should be using a mono strength team with only super strength types because they're getting more ki and they're getting better stats. And yeah, you could do that actually, but don't get it wrong, because the extreme strength types are still getting ki up 1 and HP, attack, and defense up 50%. So they're not being completely shafted here. You can still run them, and you can certainly still run Omega Shenron on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku team, because Goku, as far as links go, Goku has Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar, Prepared for Battle, Shocking Speed, Kamehameha, GT, and Fierce Battle. So he links for 4 ki with Omega Shenron because they both have Shocking Speed and they both have GT. So if you've got double Super Saiyan 4 Goku leads, and that's going to be an automatic +2 ki to Omega Shenron. And then he links for 4 ki with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so he's going to be at 6 ki if he shows up on the same time as a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And of course, you're going to have 2 Super Saiyan 4 Gokus on the team, so that's a pretty good chance of him being able to link with them. And on top of that, that's not even taking into account the third character that you'll have in the rotation for that turn. So if that character has either Shocking Speed or GT, that's another 2 ki going to Omega Shenron. So at the end of the day, Omega Shenron is going to end up with 8 ki in this rotation, and that's still pretty good, guys. That's really useful. I mean, extreme strengths, ki up 1, HP, attack, and defense up 50%. That, aside from the ki only being +1, that is still pretty much the equivalent of the Vegeta Blue and Super Saiyan Rose Black, who give HP, attack, and defense up 50%. But they give 3 ki. But that doesn't really matter, guys, because stats are pretty much the only thing that matters once you have 12 ki and you can do it super. Unless you're an LR card and you need, like, I don't know, like 18 ki to do a super. But yeah, it doesn't really matter that he's only giving 1 ki because he's still giving stats to Omega Shenron. And that is really good. As far as his passive skill goes, he gives himself attack up 150%, and he has a medium chance to nullify enemy super attacks and then counter them with a super attack of his own. So that the second part of that is a little interesting. Of course, the first part, attack up 150%, that's ridiculous. That's higher than anything we have in the game. That's higher than the fused Zamasu, who gives himself 120%, I believe. So yeah, this guy is pretty much the hardest hitting unit in the game right now. And as far as the counter goes, that's really interesting because normally you wouldn't be able to put that to use, but if you're free to play, I guess, and if you want to abuse the game, if you want to do the little trick where you close the app when your opponent does a super attack on you, and you basically what you do is you close the app and then you go back into the game, and once you go back into the game, they let you redo the turn, so you start all over as if nothing happened. And you can abuse that with this passive skill here, so you can know when the enemies are going to do a super attack, and you can just close the app, turn it back on, and then make sure that your Super Saiyan 4 Goku is blocking the opponent on the turn that they're going to use their super attack. So you can abuse that there if you want. I mean, I still wouldn't do that. That's really playing dirty, guys. That's really cheap to do, but you could do that. And his super attack is the 10 times Kamehameha. It does immense damage, and for 6 turns, it raises his defense by 30%. So he can actually stack this. If you keep him in the rotation and you make sure that he keeps on showing up every other turn, he's going to be able to keep this boost in play twice, and he's going to be able to max out at 60% defense, and he'll be able to sustain that pretty much for the whole game after he does his super attack twice. So that's really good. really damn good actually, because 60% defense along with that massive passive boost, along with the massive boost that he's giving himself from his own leader skill, guys. This card looks really damn ridiculous. He is very game breaking. He is, well, I don't know if I should say game breaking, but he's very game changing. He's definitely going to change the meta, and I really don't see how any of the leaders right now are as usable as this guy given all the circumstances, because he's basically just replaced Omega Shenron as the mono strength leader, and there really is no restriction here, guys, because it does give more, his leader skill does give more to super strength types, but it's not like he's shafting the extreme strength types, so you can still run them on the team, as I said before, as I explained. So yeah, this guy is pretty much the #1 leader for strength types right now, and I think mono strength has just gotten a huge boost with this guy added to the mix. So now let's talk about the Vegeta. Alright, so Vegeta is an agility type. His leader skill is the exact same thing as Goku, except he's for agility types, of course. So super agility types get ki up 3, HP attack and defense up 120%, and extreme agility types get ki up 1, HP attack and defense up 50%. So again, that is basically the exact same leader skill as Rose Black, except instead of giving 3 ki, he only gives 1 ki. And it's also not for Rainbow, it's only for agility type. So this is still really good, and since he's an agility type, and agility types are pretty much the best type in the game because they have all the best cards, this guy is, in my opinion, better than the Goku, and I think this guy is also a really good game changer. He's gonna pretty much shake the meta. His passive skill is attack and defense up 120%, and he has a medium chance to nullify enemy super attacks and counter with a super attack of his own. So it's the same, the secondary passive there, the counter the enemy super attacks, it's the same thing as Goku, but this guy, he's giving himself attack and defense up 120%, and Goku only gives himself 150% up for attack. So Goku doesn't boost defense, but Vegeta does. And I think that's a little unfair, honestly, guys, because on top of the fact that Vegeta is already an agility type, which is the best type in the game, he has a better passive than Goku because he's giving himself attack and defense, and Goku only gives attack. So yeah, guys, I think Vegeta is the better one of the two, and of course, on the AGL team, you can run all the really broken cards like Super Vegito, and of course, there's also Rose Black can really compensate for Vegeta's his extreme leader skill here, because Vegeta is only giving extreme AGL types ki up 1, HP attack and defense up 50%. So in order to mitigate the loss of ki that you're getting if you're using extreme AGL types on the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta team, Rose Black can come in, and with his passive he gives +3 ki to all extreme types on the team. So this pretty much makes Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta the best leader in the game, in my opinion, right now, because the stat boosts he's giving super types are ridiculous, and the extreme types aren't getting as much ki, but they're still getting stats. And then you can, of course, run Super Saiyan Rose Black on the team to fix the ki for the extreme types and make them be able to super as consistently as the super types. So that's really damn good, guys. As far as super attack goes, he does immense damage and he lowers defense greatly, so he's a debuffer. I actually think the Goku has a better super attack than this guy, because Goku is raising his defense by 30%. But of course, dropping enemy defense greatly is really useful as well. And for links, he has Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar, Prepared for Battle, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Pride, GT, and Fierce Battle. So they have pretty much the exact same links. And a really interesting thing to note here is this Saiyan Roar link that they both have. It's the link that you see on all of the Great Ape cards, and it gives attack up 25%. So I don't know if you would really want to run Great Apes on the team with this guy, because Great Apes kind of suck, guys, let's be honest, but 25% up on attack, that's juicy, man. I would like to have that. And of course, if you're running a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito team and you want to run Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on the exact same team, they're going to be able to link for 25% attack with each other because they both have Saiyan Roar, and that's ridiculous, guys. That is insane. They're going to be really good together on the Rainbow Super team, and also they have their own squads for themselves. They have the Super Strength and Super AGL, and they're also not shafting extreme types either. So I think these are both pretty much the best leaders in the game right now, and you should definitely pull for these guys. I, of course, play Global, so I'm not going to be able to pull for them just yet. I have to wait until they come out on Global. So, JP players, rejoice. We finally have Super Saiyan 4 in the game, and they are ridiculous. They are pretty much the best leaders in the game now, and I've said that how many times by this point. But yeah, guys, this is Tacho signing out. I hope you enjoyed my little breakdown of these new cards because they are ridiculous and you do want to pull for them. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. So as always, guys, cheers and have a good day.